Yep, I made a mistake. Just like Evel Knievel.
Disaster.
Alright, Cryptids, what is going on? It is me, Mississippi Gonzo Grunge, aka Repair Corner. Today we're going to be looking at the Western Cliffhanger, which is a reference to, well, the bike that Evel Knievel used, which his was a Harley 750. Yes, Harley actually used to make, 750cc's back in the day. They started doing it again fairly recent. So there's that. But yeah, as you can tell, I figured, why not dress up like Evel Knievel? Big childhood hero to a lot of my older followers. Well, the older cryptids, that is. It does go through deep water fairly decent compared to the other motorcycles. And it has a lot of suspension travel. Plus that this also came out during the Cunning Stunts update, which when I remember when this particular one dropped, people were complaining about it being too high, which is about normal. Get back on that bike. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot. Go this way whenever doing motorcycles. My mistake. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. Your character just steps off the motorcycle whenever it gets too deep. Such as it is. So I figured, why not show it off? Get out of the bushes. Yeah, it climbs fairly decently outside of, that sort of nonsense. Thank you. Yeah, it does climb decency, but, I wouldn't take it too far up steep rock faces. Because that would be all she wrote. It will climb. Holy smoke. It's climbing. It's billy goating itself up here. As you can tell, it will billy goat itself. I'm going to go this way just to be safe. And then we're going to slide down the other side. Float gently back down. It's got really good brakes. And that's me riding both brakes. It will stop. See? Stops fairly well. But yeah, you can tell this is actually one of the best non-dirt bikes in the game. It's actually one of my personal favorite off-road motorcycles. Next to the BF400 and the Gargoyle. This bike right here should have been at least, it should have been in the Arena Wars vehicle, update and all that. I could have seen it being that. Get out of here. Shoot, get. Did I hit that? Yeah, I hit the deer. Stupid deer. Couldn't be any worse than that one kid that hit one on the dirt bike. That was fucked up. And the comments were even worse. And it's like, that kid didn't deserve that. The deer's just going to dart out in whatever direction it feels like. Almost like to have made a mistake in the water. Yep, see here? Look at it. You can tell it's absolutely a great rock crawler for what it is. It's actually one of the better rock crawlers in the game next to the dirt bikes. Dirt bike wise it is. And that's saying something. Yep, I made a mistake. Just like Evel Knievel. Alright, now that I've got the bike up, because it took quite a bit to flip it back over. That's another thing that I hope they add in GTA 6. Regardless of how the bike lands when you wreck it, you should be able to flip it back over and, mount it. Get out of here, stupid deer. Gonna cause me to wreck. I better back up out that water before I really mess myself up. I hear an airplane. Yep, there it goes. I'm not interested in following it at the moment. But now back around to everything else. And the dreaded Wall of Doom. Which it actually makes it across. See, look at that. That perfect suspension handling. Can't beat it. You really can't beat it. I mean, this thing will actually take on Mount Chiliad with no issues whatsoever. Because I want to say I actually took this bike up Mount Chiliad just to test out the suspension and all that. Well, just to see how well the traction would do. As you can tell, the traction does very well right through here. And it can actually pull backflips. See? Very nice. Very nice for an old Harley mixed with a Suzuki. Because that's what I remember. This bike was a mixture of two bikes, Harley and Suzuki, which some boomer came up in the comments, that was in the old video, and started arguing about, you know, dumb shit, really. And I'm just looking at that going, really, dude? Alright, up and over, left to right. And something else is that it's got halfway decent handling. I'll just say that. It's got halfway decent handling. You know, mind you, if you know how to control it. Like I said, really good brakes at that. But now we take on Mount Chiliad. That's the other thing, too. This thing can take jumps like it's nobody's business. Mind you, if I don't go into the trees or the bushes. No trains are coming. And we're going to head up that way. We're going to head up the real gnarly part of Mount Chiliad. Which, this side over towards Polito is really the more gnarly sections of this. See? This is actually one of the few motorcycles that can actually make it up Chiliad with very little issues. Find a line and just zip on up. Behold, here we are. We see Evel Knievel racing up a mountain. Which I will ask this. What's your favorite Evel Knievel jump? I figured I'd go ahead and ask that question. You know, Evel Knievel, cool dude. I kind of wanted to do an Evel Knievel movie with Grand Theft Auto. Where we just send it over different stuff. See? Up and over with the Evel Knievel. Which is really what this bike is. Even with all the paint job on it, it's the Evel Knievel bike. So, yeah, such as it is. Check the time. Alright, I'm doing good. Conquer stairs, conquers whatever you throw at it. So, final verdict on the Western Sovereign. It is actually one of my top favorites off-road motorcycles and ATVs in the game. This one would actually be, it's in my top 5. You know, it's got good suspension travel. It's got really good brakes. And it's got a nice weight It's got a nice weight to it. So, you know, you're not constantly fighting it. You know, such as it is. But other than that, y'all shoot the like button with your skilly. If you enjoyed it, please do comment down below your favorite Evel Knievel jump. Or just your favorite stuntman in general. Excuse me. But other than that, smash the subscribe button today and click the notification bell icon to stay up to date. Because I do officially live stream now. The times are in the description. Because I do try to live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Anywhere between 6 to 7 p.m. Granted, if my internet holds out, but I should have all that fixed, you know, after this video comes out. So, other than that, y'all have a great day and a ballin' weekend. Don't do anything stupid, and I'll be seeing y'all later. So, other than that, y'all take care.